Alrighty, good morning. How we doing? How are we doing, folks? So let's take a look at NQ to start us off. What we were talking about yesterday, let me make sure you can see this here, was the contrast between kind of the intermediate term setup that we have, which is quite bullish, right? Following the change in character that we saw a few weeks ago. The challenge into yesterday's session was the fact that over the past 2.5, 3 sessions here, we do have a near-term downtrend, right? And that started with Thursday's gap higher that then sold off. From that session, we have a series of lower highs. So really what we were looking for yesterday was for price to break some of these more recent lower highs. Now that actually materialized into the close. Right through there, we saw that big rally into the close. We see some continuation overnight. So we know that buyers have showed up again to force that change in character in the near term. Again, just the past 2 to 3 sessions here. What I'll be looking at this morning is whether or not buyers can continue to hold the 255 weekly pivot with some continuation up and through that prior day high. 255 is going to be the primary watch off of the open here. Now we do have a couple of data prints this morning that we'll want to be keeping an eye on. 9:45 and 10 a.m. 2 different data prints to be watching for here this morning. So might be a little bit of a slower open as far as trading is concerned, just waiting to see how that intraday structure develops and then what sort of setup we have into 10 a.m. with those data prints. As of right now, looking at that reaction versus 255. Now, if 255 fails, we'll be looking at most likely a potential test of that pre-market low, and then into the prior day volume point of control and the weekly point of control down there into about 190 right through there. Next real level of interest is down into 150. We saw a lot of support there from yesterday's session. So that's the early watch as far as NQ is concerned. Now looking at ES definitely a little bit stronger yesterday. Some relative strength there versus NQ. Now ES, remember, ES is still trading near those all-time highs, and NQ is quite a ways from the all-time highs. So this market made fresh all-time highs without tech. And that's not all that common. And so for ES here, the main level to be watching for is that 5,800. Buyers looking to defend that 5,800 area with, again, a potential retest and a potential push through that prior day high up into 5,820. ES, a little bit more of a neutral sideways range here, right? If we zoom out and kind of switch to 30-minute chart, let me reset this. There we go. Sideways range. It's like bullish neutral, I would call that. Series of higher lows, but broadly speaking, just sideways. So that's ES. My focus will be on NQ. If you're looking at ES, 5,800 as well as the prior day high, your main levels there. So what are we looking at? About 1.5 minutes until the open here. And let's see what we get here. 255, the main level on watch here for NASDAQ. Price poised to open right there. These bars right here on the right, that's a 5-minute look. Those are 5-minute bars. Just FYI. So let's see what we get here. How's the sound? Is the sound okay? Let me know. Stream quality good. We got the open here in 30 seconds. 30 seconds till the open. There's the open. So again, 255, the main watch here. Got VWAP overhead into 270 and the session volume point of control right there near 275 or so. No gap this morning. No gap whatsoever. Here's your 5-minute regular trading hours chart. Staying patient. There we go. NQ pressing the lows. So rejection at VWAP there. So sellers can hold below the 255. Next level, next reference point is that overnight low. Almost into the overnight low now. What is the actual overnight low? 213 area. 215 area. Getting in there. There's the overnight low. So take a look at your 5-minute. Here comes that prior day volume point of control. Five-minute coming into that 150 level of interest. Again, there's that regular trading hours chart. Your opening 5-minute bar closes in about 45 seconds here. There's your opening 5-minute bar completely closed. So we'll see how this 150 area is treated, 150 level of interest. 150. See if any buyers step in here near 150. If not, you're looking at prior day low, the 075 level of interest in that prior day low area. Don't forget data, first data print of the morning here in about 9 minutes as well. New lows being made there. New low of day for NASDAQ. Volume is really good. And here comes that prior day low, not far off now. So once that weekly pivot failed, right there near the open, seller stepped in pretty aggressively. So I'll look at the prior day low area, 075 level of interest, either with the 9:45 or the 10 a.m. data print, depending on where price is at that time. Otherwise, just staying patient here. Between those two levels of interest, this is no man's land for me, so can't get involved, especially ahead of 10 a.m. For a big structural breakdown, you may start to see it through that prior day low, but really it's more like 20K area. 20K right through there. That was the September 24th low. So not that far off. But let's see that prior day low reaction first. Near term continues to show. Remember last Thursday's high, right? So if you zoom out, you'll see those more significant pivots. Ten minutes into the sesh here, coming into that 075 level of interest. You got the prior day low down there at 055. We're in about 4 minutes till that first data print. There's that level of interest being tested there. Prior day low just below. So let's see how the structure develops in this area. 5 minutes just straight down, broad selling bars. Broad sell bars. First data print here in a couple minutes. Yeah, finally some decent movement, man. Finally. I like it when the market moves. Not that movement, not that chop garbage. So mind the data print here. About 90 seconds or so. Spooky season, that's right. October 1st. Fresh slate, new month, new quarter. Hope you guys had a great quarter. See what Q4 gives us. All right, first data print here in 30 seconds or so. How's our profile looking? Let's see. It's building out. Still has a ways before volume point of control shifts, but it's definitely building out. See where that intraday fib puts us here into the data print. Just shy of the shallow fib. There's your print. There's your data print. Back into the lows there. Got that new 15-minute bar opening up. New low? Not quite, not quite. Just sitting right there, right on the low. See how this next 5-minute bar closes up. I like having the 5-minute bars right here. Can consolidate some of the charts. New low over on ES. Oh, yep. Yep. ES next level is that prior day low. There's your new low on NQ. NQ testing that prior day low. Just shy of it. A few points shy of it. Don't need that fib anymore. There's your prior day low. So next level is this 20K. Could be looking at a bigger technical breakdown here. Highest volume of the sesh there on that most recent 1-minute candle with that prior day low failure. See this 20K reaction. Staying patient. Sitting in cash. Letting it build. Per usual. Intraday structure just shows downtrend, right? So if you're looking for longs, you need to see some sort of shift here. Market structure shift or some higher time frame development. Typical playbook. I think we got the bigger prints here at 10 a.m. Yeah, we got jolts at 10 a.m. There's your retest of that 075 level of interest there on NQ. 20K is your next downside level of interest here on NQ. With about 9 minutes till that next data print. So we definitely want to keep an eye on this area right through here and the higher time frame reaction to that zone. Here's that 20K on NQ. 250 point intraday move so far from the rejection of that weekly pivot. We are almost a one full ATR move here, just about. Normally ATR is 339 points, currently 337 points on NQ. Definitely prefer to see this sort of action though, compared to the chop that we have been seeing. Is much better. See if we could at least start to get a green 5-minute bar. Green close on the 5-minute. Otherwise it's just a waiting game for me anyway, unless you're grabbing the shorts. New low of day there. NQ into that prior area of support. Keep an eye on those higher time frames. If this zone fails, you're looking at 19,900. Man, just a little bit forward looking here. If that 19,900 area must hold zone. So you do have still a very large unfilled gap down below. Big gap right through there. So data here in about 3 minutes. Some interest there versus the 20K level. See how that continues to develop. You may see that first 5-minute green closure here. 30 seconds till that bar closes. Oh, excuse me. 2 minutes, 30 seconds till that bar closes. And Q coming back into that prior day low. And 2 minutes till 10. Big data print here at 10 a.m. There's your retest of the prior day low there. NQ. So into 10 a.m., 20K is the main watch here. That key higher time frame pivot. Look at the spread open up on the DOM. Wow. So you know data's incoming. There's your print. Retesting that prior day low. Could trigger a change in character up through 75 here with acceptance. Needs to hold that area. Needs to hold up and through that 075 level of interest. Testing it now. That is the first 5-minute green candle of the sesh. So far that 075 was rejected, right? For the regular trading hours chart, you do have volume point of control down through here. So that's quite a ways for the extended hours. So let's see how this 20K is treated on the retest. And you can start to bring that intraday fib in there for retracement points. Prior day low, underside tough. Yeah, I like to see a break above that holds. That would be the preference. So again, into that prior day low. Buyers trying to force this into a higher low. And knocked down at the prior day low again. This may need a little bit of time. May need that 15 minute to help out. Higher time frame candle is not that compelling. Yes. What I mean with letting the 15 minute, 30 minute start to start to develop more positively. Back into 20K. So sellers looking to force that new low of day here. Looks like ES is making a fresh low on the session. NQ back into the lows. So if this low gets taken out here, that'd be a good indication to at least if you're looking for long setups to call it a morning until you start to see that 15-minute shape up in a better way. There's your new low of day on NQ. So if you grab that short opportunity, the retest of the prior day low of the 075 rejection, you want to definitely be trimming and protecting profits. There goes that pivot, that highlighted blue area. And your next downside level, 19,900. Won't find me in any hurry here to jump in front of this with longs. So it's just a waiting game. How we doing, folks? Anyone trading yet? Anyone grabbing those shorts? Grab the shorts, nice. Put a little poll in the chat there. Let me know. Let me know. Mostly green. Tie between red and flat there. Rich, already working on your 30 for 30 entry. Nice. Good stuff. So at this point, about 45 minutes in, if price manages to reclaim 20K with some market structure, like a higher low type of play, that'll definitely be worth keeping an eye on. But I definitely would need to see some shift in the structure here before attempting any longs. And Q retesting the lows there. New low of day there on NQ. Looks like ES sitting on the lows as well, 57.50 over at ES. It's been all red 15-minute bars here since the open. New low of day. NQ just shy of that 19,900. So down below 19,900, like we talked about earlier, you want to keep an eye right through here, like 860, 860. And notice below that, you have the big unfilled gap. Let's move this down into here. Intraday structure still shows that downtrend, no change of character yet. No, they're sound. Haven't said anything. Nothing to update here. Nothing to update. Letting price unfold. Letting the structure develop. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. So what I like to see right now is, as a reminder, a change in character of the intraday downtrend or some sort of higher time frame development. Till then, for me, it's just a waiting game. It's just patience. So can start to see that first sign of a change in character here with price up through 975, that most recent lower high on your 1 minute chart. My preference right now is action above 20K with favorable market structure. So some sort of higher low, something of that nature to work with. Until then, just sitting on hands, staying patient. So NQ just shy of that 20K now. What you need to see here is a break of one of the recent lower highs with acceptance. So price holding above that area, trading up and through that area. A blip above is not acceptance, right? So that's why we're staying patient. You want to make sure if you're looking for longs, you want to make sure you're actually on that right side of the V. No need to be the first one in, at least for me. Have no desire or care to be the first one in. Just want the highest probability trade. So part of that requires more confirmation, and with more confirmation, you give up some potential reward. So you have that inverse relationship between reward and confirmation. Good live example there about what I mean with the acceptance comment, that blip above. If you front run this, or if you try and buy an extension move in the index without that confirmation, without that acceptance, without price showing you that it's actually triggering the change in character, you're just going to get run over with those long setups. So there's just a short re-entry. New low of day there on NQ. Into that 19,900. 15-minute candle closes here in 90 seconds. Another big bearish candle. Almost 1 hour into the sesh. We'll have a hard cutoff here in about 30 minutes. $870. Not far off now. Not far off. It's getting there. We do have a 130%, or rather 1.3x ATR move today. So we'll see if we get any sort of retracement here, maybe around 11 a.m. But again, like I've mentioned a few times now, I'll wait for the easier play. Otherwise, just take a no trade day. And that's someone who is looking for the long setup. Plenty of shorts today. I want the long. There's the day. Flat. I know Benny's probably riding that short from 255, huh? Not today. There's NQ just pounding the lows. So far, just pure trend day lower. Potential higher time frame technical breakdown in the works. Potential. Yeah, some responsive buyers there versus that key zone. But again, just keep the structure, that intraday structure in mind. As a key area of support, intraday structure still shows the downtrend, no change of character for the regular trading hour session yet. 15-minute, all bearish. All bearish bars on that 15-minute chart. Yeah, I'll be looking at 11 a.m. for sure. See if we get a setup here until 11 a.m. A green 15-minute bar in this zone would definitely bring some conviction to the area. But let's see. Not going to front run anything. So keep an eye on that 15-minute. Right down here. All right, some more responsive buyers stepping in there. Let's see. Let's see. As of right now, price would need to reclaim that 20K area for the intraday change of character. I'm more interested at this point in seeing how this 15-minute bar closes. We already got a couple trade 30 for 30 entries coming in. Wow. Wasted no time at all. All right, NQ 3 minutes, 4 minutes till this 15-minute bar closes. More responsive buyers now, definitely. Most we've seen for the entire session so far today. Regular trading hours, 5-minute chart shows session volume point of control right down here at 9:30. NQ coming into that lower high right there near 980, that 20K area. Right through here. Let's see. Can buyers break that zone? That is the question. Can they break it? Oh, you got the fib out. Some good info. Let's see. Fib retracement right through there. 23%. Yes, sir. And unless there's a big sell here in the next 90 seconds, it's definitely possible. But if not, this 15-minute bar will close green for the first time of the cash session. All right, there's your first green 15-minute bar. Now what buyers will be looking to do is show follow through up and through the high of that candle, which is right around 965, looks like 966 area. How's our extended hours profile looking? This building, getting the high volume node building out over here. So that's quite a ways before that volume point of control shifts. Again, that's for the extended hours. Now, like I said, buyers are looking for that push up through that prior 15-minute bar high, which is right near 966. That would definitely be a more significant development as we get into 11 a.m. here. And about 12 minutes till that 11 a.m. Per usual, look for that setup around 11 a.m. plus or minus a few minutes before we shut it down. Call it a morning. If it ends up being a no trade morning, what I'll look at is the potential for kind of a late morning base to build out right in this area, right? You'll see volume point of control shift down here and then see if the structure ends up breaking out. We'll see. We shall see. For like an afternoon trade, that would be. So no follow through on that 15-minute just yet. Ten till 11 a.m. Rolling over there. See if we get a retest into 900, 19,900. ES currently sitting on that 5750 level of interest here. If you're trading good old ES, that's an area to watch. So like I said, we could look at 19,900 here on NQ, see if buyers set up that higher low. But as of right now, no change of character intraday. First green 15-minute bar is yet to show any follow through. Patience. That's what price is currently saying to me. Patience. Here comes the 900, 19,900. Volume tapering. Yeah, definitely. Volume's coming way down. Let's see if we get that setup. Some sort of long setup. Of course, there's been plenty of short setups, but if you're new to the streams, I'm looking for longs, trade long only. So looking for that long setup. Otherwise, call it a morning. We may see that, how are we looking? Yeah, we may see that volume point of control shift. If price can spend, another 5-10 minutes down here, we may see that shift. See if this ends up being a higher low here with a break up and through this area. Right through here. Couple more minutes for that shift. That'll be helpful. Gives more conviction to the structure when you've got all the volume there to work with. That's why I like to see that. So, a few minutes till 11 a.m. here. Let's see how we're looking. we have the potential to see the first green 30-minute bar of the cash session here as well. Still have 2.5 minutes before that closes, so don't want to front run it or anything like that. Coming into 11 a.m., there's your volume point of control shift finally. So how price resolves from the structure will tell us if this is accumulation or distribution. Basics of volume profile. Now it looks like the first green 30-minute bar of the session there. So we're starting to see that late morning base build out. Do we actually get a setup here or not? Give it a couple more minutes just to see. Otherwise, wrap it up. Coming into 900 now. See that 19,900 area. Volume's still pretty low there. So we get into as we start to push into that midday lull, that lunch hour. There's your retest of 19,900 level of interest. Buyer's not that responsive there, so that one green 15-minute bar that we saw has yet to show any follow through. All right, folks, nothing all that compelling here for me. Near 11 a.m., it goes down as a no trade morning. I'm going to leave the afternoon open depending on whether or not we see that scenario I discussed, which, again, to recap, would be ideally some sort of base through here. We already have the volume point of control that builds out, and then price resolves up and through the high, essentially this area right through here, 960, 970, for a test of the 20K, and then potentially up into the prior day low, which would just be a 50% retracement of today's sell-off. We are still in the key location, the quote-unquote must-hold area for buyers, and that was based on our regular trading hours chart here. See, there's a major area of support. Big time area of support. I'd even entertain an undercut of this area that holds, but buyers need to hold this zone because there is that big unfilled gap below. So if they fail to hold it, you can see a pretty quick fill of this gap. That's kind of the idea there. So location is good. Location is definitely good, but the structure and the intraday setup is not yet, at least for what I am looking for. If you're shorting today, probably making plenty of money. But as of right now, no real long setup to work with. So we stay cash, we stay patient, and we protect our mental capital and our trading capital for better conditions. So hope you guys had a good morning. If you have questions about anything, send me a DM in the Traders Think Tank. Tomorrow's stream, if you are joining us from YouTube, tomorrow's stream will be private. So that'll be for Traders Think Tank members only. Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for your time this morning, and have a great rest of your day.